And we're back. This is SchlockFest.
I'm Ray McGuff.
And I'm Jean-Paul Mantilla.
I'm here to be tortured.
And tortured you will. I am torturing you a little light. I'm giving you a movie that you've wanted to watch.
Yeah, this is actually supposed to be schlocky, so I know that going in, but it's one I'm a fan of this franchise. I just never saw this movie for some reason. So
it is the straight to video release, because yes, there was VHS of this movie.
That's right. To our younger listeners, VHS was a cassette tape. I can even
What's a cassette tape?
Just Google VHS.
They don't know what cassette tape is.
You little fuckers.
This is House 4.
House 4.
The Repossession, which actually should be called House 3 in the succession order of the House movies.
Okay.
Because House 3 is a movie that most people don't talk about because it has nothing to do with a house.
Yeah, I saw it one time a long time ago when I was super high. So I don't remember.
Like the movie Super High.
Yeah.
All right, right on.
So House 3, can you jog my memory on, was it, so it's supposed to be after the fact of this?
So, no, it's actually after the fact of House 2.
Okay.
This is the direct sequel of House 2.
Okay.
So, if you watch House 2...
Which I love. That's like my
most
favorite.
People like it. It's got a worm dog, and it's got a bunch of people that people love.
The cowboy.
The cowboy. It also has an actor who's also in this movie, William Kitt, who was in The Greatest American Hero. Kids Google that, because that's a wonderful TV show from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this movie came out on straight-to-video back in good old January 29th of 1992.
Okay.
So you were a little child back then.
Yeah, 92, I wouldn't have been aware. See, that's what's so crazy is because I didn't see House 1 or 2 until I was like 14 years old, so that would have been 95.
So you had no idea of this movie.
Yeah, so I had never even heard of this.
I only know of this movie because I worked at a video store, and like all videos, I watched the weirdest shit. Because late at night, when no one comes into your store, you just pop in House 4.
Yeah.
And people look at you funny.
Well, that's why my tastes are so eclectic, because video stores, kids, that was a place where you went. It was streaming. It was analog streaming.
Analog streaming, I like that.
You go into this store
and loiter
and for hours if you were me, and you'd start talking to the people like Jean-Paul that worked there, and they would give you tips on weird shit, and that's how you got to know. That's how I have all my knowledge of foreign films. Yeah. Shogun Assassins. From talking to some people.
And then if you talk to me, then I would really mess with your mind and show you movies like Meet the Feebles.
Right.
Google that, children.
Yeah. So
the Academy Award director of Meet the Feebles.
Meet the Feebles.
Please put that in the comment below, and if you know who the director is.
Yeah, directed by Alice.
Yes, tell us. So this movie actually has a budget.
Okay, what's the budget?
$1.6 million.
See, that
sounds like some good money.
Yeah, that seems like enough money in '92 to make it pretty decent.
Yeah, so it seems like it has good money. So let me give you some fun facts about this movie.
Okay.
All right, Terry Trace, who is in this movie, she, after this movie, took on the role of her life that spanned 10 years for her. She was the wife in the TV show Alien Nation.
Oh, okay.
So, she was one of the weird alien head
the alien.
Cisco's wife. I forget the character's name.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to call her Cisco's wife.
I actually really like that show.
It was a great show. Everybody loved that show.
Kids, if you're listening, seek out Alien Nation, the film, and then also seek out the TV show.
Not so much the film. The film was very disappointing.
I like the movie.
I mean, the show, though, is created by one of my favorite creators of sci-fi, Kevin Johnson, who did the 1980s V.
That's true. Well, let me tell you this, too. in this era of reboots, I cannot believe that they haven't rebooted that as a TV show.
It'll
Alienation
happen.
would be perfect for our time period.
But it lasted for over 10 years, and people don't realize because there was TV movies.
I watched it, and I remember getting the movies from Blockbuster when they came out. I love that series.
So. A great series.
Cool.
But anyway, so other fun fact about this movie. The audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, because, since it didn't get a theatrical release, you can't get a full score.
Right.
So it's got to be an audience score. What's your guess?
25?
Try again.
Higher or lower?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, 45.
Okay, you're wrong. 16%.
You're kidding.
So you are in for a treat.
Oh, jeez.
Treat that he decided he really wanted.
It's really weird, though, because you're like, in these movies that have other sequels, usually the tomato score is, like middle of the road.
Yeah.
Like 30 or 40, because people use their nostalgia.
Exactly.
So, hell, I think Carnosaur was like 50%.
Exactly.
So
this is even better. Yeah, if you believe that. Now, another fun, cool fact about this movie. So the producer of this movie, and all of the House movies, most people don't realize, is good old Sean S. Cunningham from Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay.
So the director of Friday the 13th produced House 1 through 4. So he decided, yeah, why not? Let's do this. And then here's another fun correlation in that. The guy who scored the original Friday the 13th, which in my opinion has an iconic score. I mean, created the I want to kill him, mommy.
Yeah.
That, same guy in this.
All right.
So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So, I mean, I'm going to end this intro by having you read this wonderful review about this wonderful person on the internet wrote this great review.
Okay.
And read what it says.
The review says, House 4 is garbage. If you really can't find something else to watch, then you might find its cliched cheesiness entertaining, as it does at least have the feel of a low-budget 80s horror movie, which gives it something. It does have some very weird moments that may just be worth seeing, but that doesn't make it any good. Games, brains, and headbanging life.
So, games, brains, and headbanging life. Thank you for your wonderful review. You asked for this one, so
yeah.
You'll be tortured.
Well, we're going to settle in to watch House 4.
The Repossession.
The Repossession. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned.
Roger Cobb has returned to his father's house.
You're making a big mistake.
He promised he would live here.
There are many memories of the past still sleeping in this house. I'm tired of that house.
He never knew he would die here. His wife has come home to an empty house.
Do you think there are ghosts here?
Or has she?
Who are you? The plumber.
If you love being scared, welcome home. Now, the only thing that can protect her is a love that wouldn't die.
I miss you.
Open the door, if you dare.
And we're back.
We're back, film fans. I'm Ray McGuff.
It's John Paul Mantilla.
And we just finished watching House 4, The Repossession.
The Repossession.
And let me tell you, right off the rip, as the kids say.
Oh, I never heard this rip.
Right off the rip, not good. And I'll tell you why. This whole movie was a setup. The Repossession, it's about the evil corruption of
Donald Trump.
Well, no, it's like businessmen in general, their corruption and toxic sludge dumping.
So the secret of the ooze.
Yeah, and this $1.6 million, like I told you when we were watching it, where the fuck did this money go? Like, it could have went to the actors. They're not good. They're not like good actors, you know? They're decent, but they're not worth $1 million. And none of the special effects. The movie House is about haunted house, but the house is not very haunted in this.
Not at all. It's haunted by... Well, let's spoil it.
Yeah, go ahead.
What happens in the first 5 minutes of this movie?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, for the first 5 minutes, you get... believe it or not,
I'm walking on air.
Walking on air. That guy from the original, he gets killed in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. He is not the star of this movie.
Yeah, and it's not a direct sequel to House 2.
No.
Because House 2, his son is taking over. This doesn't mention his son. His daughter's like 27 years old. You know, I mean, it's just weird. This is like somebody trying to reboot things before they had a grasp on what reboots were. You know?
Oh, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Or it's the sequel to Part 1.
Or it's a direct sequel to Part 1, which doesn't make any sense because it just doesn't fit right. You know what I mean? Like, nothing in the movie makes sense. Let's just start. I'll start with my normal thing, okay?
Go for it.
So the movie opens with Roger Cobb at the house. They're going through. He's got this new stepbrother. They're talking about how the stepbrother wants to buy the house and knock it down, and Roger had some good times there, which we all know is bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, and he wants to keep the house the way it was because he made a deal with his dad, or a pact with his dad, blah, blah, blah. This Native American shows up out of nowhere.
Ezra. What's his name?
Ezra. He says to Roger, "The Great Spirit will guide you." And to Roger Cobb.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? You know, like, what kind of crackerjack bullshit is this? Who wrote this? Yeah.
It's not Cracker Jacks. It came out of a fortune cookie.
Oh, God. So, the stepbrother begs. He tells him to fuck off. Blah, blah, blah. Stepbrother leaves. The Native American guy tells him that he made the right choice not to sell. And Roger and the family, he has a hot wife from Alien Nation.
That's right.
And an annoying daughter.
Named Laurel.
Named Laurel. We find that out pretty quick.
It's a terrible name. Laurel.
So, they get in this car, and they're driving along, and he's...
Oh, wait, before this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You forgot.
What did I forget?
They have to say 5 minute long goodbye to Ezra.
That is right. They say bye to Ezra.
Goodbye, Ezra.
Like 50 times.
Bye, Ezra.
Bye, Ezra. Bye, Ezra.
Bye, Ezra.
And they get, like, he's getting in...
It's because you don't want to forget his name. What was his name?
Ezra.
Ezra.
He's getting to the car, and he goes, bye, Ezra, after he'd, like, literally said bye to him.
He hugged him and everything.
Yeah. So, anyway, so they get in the car. They're driving back home to their real house, which we find out later is a swank-ass, like, Beverly Hills mansion. I don't know. When we come to it, we'll tell you a little bit more about that. But the crazy part about this is they're driving along. This feels like a TV movie. I mean,
you're straight to home video. Why not?
But it looked like they filmed it for late night TV. The car scene doesn't even look real. They wreck this car. The wife gets distracted. It looks like she wrecks. She gets the daughter out of the car. Old Roger Cobb's in there screaming, "Get me out! Get me out!"
They flipped the car.
Yeah, they wrecked it, flipped it.
Trauma style, though.
They really
it
did.
Was an homage to Trauma flipping the car.
Yeah,
James Gunn and Lloyd Kaufman would be very happy.
They would be very happy with the car flip. But Roger Cobb's trapped in it upside down. Gasoline's pouring all over him. The car,
save me!
He saved me! The car ignites right when she goes to save him and burns Roger to death. We see him in a hospital.
She signs his death
certificate. They basically got all these tubes running through his burn-ass corpse. and which was probably the scariest thing in this movie.
Yeah, it was
surprisingly well done. The corpse burn.
Yeah, $1 million there.
Yeah, yeah, it's probably worth $1 million.
All right, $250
to burn specialist.
That's right, to burn specialist.
So they get the fucking thing, and he dies. Okay. Then it cuts to like a week later. You know.
Couple weeks.
You find out that the daughter has lost mobility in her legs from the car accident.
She can't walk.
She can't walk. And they're pulling into the house, the old house. Not their house in Beverly Hills or wherever. No. Into the old shitty house that they just left from. They're going to stay there. Why? They don't explain it. They just say, this is our house. Transferred to me. So I'm going to live here now. This is the other part, too. They got the girl, she's in a wheelchair. This is 1992, okay?
Yeah.
They got her in a 1950s wheelchair, like with a straight back...
Wicker basket
looking thing. I was like, where the fuck did they get this wheelchair from? 1950? Where they go into the cellar of this place?
I mean, they spent all this money on the husband.
Yeah.
So now they got no money left for the kid. So they said, here, have this ratty old... wheelchair for your daughter.
Nothing works right in this house. She turns on the water faucet and sludge comes out of it that looks like poop.
Lots of poop.
Yeah. She gets the daughter all settled in, and then she goes in the bathroom at one point. She's got no time to clean cobwebs.
No.
There's some cobwebs over everything, which makes no sense. They order a pizza, right?
Oh, we're going to jump into the pizza.
Or did I go too far?
You went too far.
Okay.
You forgot that
What did I forget?
there was a knock at the door.
Oh, that's right.
And the daughter in her old-timey wheelchair.
Yes.
It was, Mom!
Yeah.
Mom! Somebody's at the door!
That was pretty great.
Mom! Somebody's at the door.
I even...
Like, she expected her daughter to be like, hey, stop yelling at me. Why don't you go get the door?
I wrote this down right here, too. The house isn't very wheelchair accessible.
At all.
She's, like, trapped upstairs.
Mom, go get the door.
Like, Flowers in the Attic style.
It was creepy like that, yes.
So she can't go anywhere. She's without having to, like, go down these stairs and be helped down. The mom goes downstairs because she heard a knock at the door. She's looking around. This weird lady is looking under the couch. She goes, oh, you got some dust bunnies under there. Burr, 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 burr. Little dust bunny joke. Yeah. She's like, who the fuck are you? And she's like, oh, I'm the maid.
A maid dressed like a realtor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought she was going to say at first. I'm a realtor. But no, she's the maid. According to her, she's sent there by the main lady's father.
No, she didn't even say. She said that I'm paid up through the month.
That's right. She's paid up through the month. The lady alludes that she thinks it was her father.
Yes.
She goes, I don't know. My paperwork said to just come here. Do you got a fucking mop? Do you got this? Do you got a vacuum? Then this noise starts happening. And she's like, yeah, you probably should go check that. That sounds like pipes are about to burst. So she goes off to the basement. The maid lady, who I wrote down here, clearly isn't a maid. She's clearly something else because when the lady leaves the room, she makes this sad face.
And she's rummaging
through everything, like vacuuming.
I don't think she just turned the vacuum on.
She's turned the vacuum on and starts looking into the shit. The lady goes downstairs. Mrs. Cobb, she goes downstairs. She looks all around. She's got this it's like a pipe wrench, and she's tapping it on things, as you do.
That's what you do.
This is like a 1980s guy writing, how would a woman test pipes? She just takes the wrench and hits it, because women don't know nothing.
They don't know nothing.
I mean, Jesus Christ, right?
1992.
Yeah. So anyways, the basement starts to go ape shit, and the lights go out. She runs upstairs,
And she finds the note from the maid that said, hey, it looks like you got it covered. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
She didn't do shit. So there's the first lesson that you gotta learn in these kind of movies.
Yeah.
If you got a maid in life, if she says you're your maid, make sure she's cleaning your shit.
Yeah.
Like, watch her do it. So just leave her.
So that happens. So then the next day, they get up and Verna's back. She's
Verna the maid
doing something. I mean, she doesn't really seem like she's helping.
No.
Then she hears the noise again from the basement, so she jumps up and grabs a fucking Mrs. Cobb grabs this like flapjack turner, right? Egg turner.
No, spatula.
It's spatula. And she goes to the basement door. Out pops the fucking repairman that she called. Forgot about that, right? Oh, I forgot about all that. Yeah, whatever.
Why not?
So the guy's like, here's a bill.
I'm the plumber.
I fixed your... She goes, oh, did you find the pipes with the sludge in it? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. There was some rust. Look, the water's fine. He hands the bill to her. She goes, the guy leaves. I can't pay this. Well, he leaves right after he makes a plumbing joke. Like, I'd like to get a good look at your plumbing. Right?
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, he's very forward. And he makes that off-color joke. He leaves. Verna and her become besties, talking about crazy shit. Then they order a pizza. The pizza guy shows up and sings this song. Jean-Paul?
It's a happy song. It's called I'm Your Pizza Man. I'm Your Pizza Man.
I'm your pizza man.
I'm your pizza man.
So he sings the song.
I'm your pizza man. Actually, I think I should play the song.
All right.
Would you like me to play the song?
Go ahead and play it.
I think we should play the song.
I think Frank will probably find it, but here we go.
Here we go.
Here it is.
I'm your pizza man. I'm your pizza man. And I'm delivering your favorite pizza pie. I'm your pizza man. I'm your pizza man. And I am everybody's favorite takeout guy. You never have to worry that your pizza will be cold, cause I keep it heated up on my engine's manifold. So the next time you are hungry for a pizza in a pan, don't forget to call your favorite pizza man.
Okay. Ha! And as you can tell, the girl in the wheelchair loves it.
Because I'm your pizza man.
She's clapping along. She's moving her turd hands. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
I don't know if you can say that.
In this hashtag MeToo society. But yeah, she's a little tarded now at this point. Clapping her hands and smiling like a fucking moron. Okay, so they go to eat the pizza. Verna leaves. And this is where it gets a little weird again, where they're like, we want it to be a haunted house story, but we don't know how to do it. So she sits the pizza on the table. The little girl wheels her ass around to get some napkins and plates. And the mom hears voices coming from the pizza.
I'm your pizza man. I'm your pizza man.
That's what's coming from the box. She opens it up, and it's a guy's face clearly covered with pizza. It looks like Pizza the Hut.
Pizza the Hut from Spaceballs.
Guest star, who?
It's an uncredited guest star. Good old Jason himself.
Kane Hodder.
Kane Hodder.
He's the pizza man monster.
Yes. So, anyone, if you see him at conventions, ask him about this role.
Yeah. I'd actually walk up to him because he's super nice.
And sing the song. And then he'll either know what you're talking about. Or he'll just choke you out.
Or he'll grab you by your throat and choke you out. At any rate, it would be worth it for you. So the mom starts like stabbing the pizza, and the girl's like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, nothing. Here, I'm going to open this pizza up, and you tell me if you see anything." She opens it up, and the girl goes, "Ew,
anchovies!"
Classic '90s joke.
It is kind of
when you didn't want to have somebody eating your pizza in the '90s, kids, you said, "Oh, I ordered it with extra anchovies," or if you wanted to get a handy J from the guy.
That's a different movie.
Yeah, that's a different movie. But at any rate, anchovies were the grossiest of gross in the 90s.
It's like a pineapple now on pizza.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, man. I've never had been, and I've eaten pizza my entire life. I never have been to anywhere where somebody was like, "Hey, I got anchovies on half." You know why? Because nobody fucking likes anchovies. It wasn't even really an option at most pizza places.
I've never eaten them on a pizza, so I don't know.
It's just insane that somebody would say. So that was a running joke in the 80s and 90s. "Oh, it's got anchovies on it." So anyways,
I'm your pizza man.
She goes, pick the anchovies off, and like wheels her weird ass off. And the mom turns around. The pizza monster's back. He's like, I'm gonna get you, bitch. And he's like trying to grab her, and she throws it down the drain, and a hand comes up like a pizza hand.
It was cheese, actually.
Okay. And so she's cutting the cheese with this knife.
She's cutting the cheese.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Randy.
So she grabs the knife. Pizza's all over the fucking place at this point. The girl comes back in. She goes, Mom, what are you doing? And she's like, there! No more anchovies.
She's like, I could have just picked them off, Mom.
Yeah. Then it cuts to, she's clearly cleaned herself up because she had pizza all over her. And she's made a box of macaroni and cheese that's been in this house for years. I mean, decades, probably.
They even make the joke. I mean,
Yeah.
that she's not even paying attention to the daughter because she's reading a wonderful educational book called The Myth.
The Myth of Mental
Illness.
Yeah, and she's making notes, too, like you would do. She's got a notebook.
And she's ignoring her wheel-bound daughter.
Yeah. The wheel-bound daughter says, wheelchair daughter says, I think I might be pregnant, which wasn't funny. It was really creepy. And the mom goes, oh, what? So, anyways, they get old Wheels McGee up to bed and get her all tuckied in, tuckarood.
Tuckarood.
As she's tucking her in, there's just a Native American arrow in the bed, as you have.
That's important.
Yeah, so the mom says, well, maybe we'll have us a yard sale. You know? I don't know. We'll see. Shuts the lights out, goes to bed. The girl goes to bed. The mom goes in to take a shower, and this is where there's still cobwebs up, but this is where we get to see them tits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is how it gets a rated R movie, because so far, I feel that this movie's PG.
Yeah, it's like, well...
It's not even...
It's PG-13 tops. I think they said shit or piss or something.
I don't even think they said that.
Yeah, I really do. I think there was like one curse word.
Maybe.
The mom just gets naked and gets in the shower, and they do a full-on... They're showing blood coming out of the shower, trying to scare you again, because it's supposed to be a haunted house story. And just these beautiful, magnificent breasts are out. And you're just like, wow, that was probably where the other $500,000
There you go. And then the mirror says, get out.
Yeah, it says, get out
or you're going to die.
And she sees her husband's burnt corpse.
Ooh.
Whoa, scary stuff. Scary stuff, guys. So cut to the next day. They have their yard sale.
And Laurel is a hustler.
Laurel's a hustler. She tells these people that this vase that they're looking at, or this bottle they're looking at, is their grandma's favorite bottle. It's the last one she ever owned before she died. They offer her $5. She takes it. Then it cuts back to her putting another bottle out.
Yeah.
As they're still there.
Which is really weird.
Which is weird. Like, they don't see that. They don't go, hey.
And then she sees other girls who are skipping about.
Yeah.
Like, this scene is weird because it's a slow motion scene. And she's watching other girls just dance and be like, you're stuck in a wheelchair.
Yeah. It is. It's very
It's
odd.
very mean.
The brother-in-law shows up again. He wants to buy the house. He's got 2 goons with him. He's clearly becoming some sort of mafia stereotype at this point.
Almost, but then his goons are also like the Three Stooges.
Yeah. They're very Larry and Curly, for sure. Woo, 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 that kind of shit. So he tells her, he goes, look, my brother died. This house is mine, actually. And she's like, no, I'm the wife. You're just the stepbrother. This house reverted to me after he died. So he tells her, look, you're going to end up like my brother if you don't fucking sell me this house. And he goes to get in his car, and Verna's there, and Verna says some shit like, get the fuck out of here. And the fat henchman throws his apple, which to me was the funniest thing. He's eating an apple, first off, he's like 400 pounds. But secondly, he throws it like an 8-year-old would throw it.
Yeah!
He's like, no. That was funny.
Yeah, he pouted.
They get in their car, they take off. It's at this point where she's having some regrets about selling stuff. She sees this, it's like an old-timey reel-to-reel.
It's a projector.
Projector. That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Cut me off. Projector, and these guys, the same people that bought the thing that bought the bottle want to buy it. The girl sold them the bottle, but she wouldn't sell this projector that her husband had been working on. She takes it away. She goes upstairs to her room. It's now nighttime. The garage sale's over. And it's at this point where she hears her daughter say she wants a glass of water, and then goes in and gives her a glass of water, and the daughter disappears Freddy style into the bed.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
I mean, just random, and this knife appears out of nowhere, and so she grabs the knife, and she starts stabbing the shit out of this bed to find her daughter, and then it cuts back, and it's one of those scenes where you're like, oh, it's going to come to, and she's going to be stabbing her daughter.
Yeah.
But she comes to, and she's almost stabbing her daughter. Then the knife disappears, and the daughter's like, Mama? And she gives her a hug.
And she's like, go to bed.
Go to sleep. And they cry a little. It was weird. Cut to...
Randy crying inside.
Yeah. Cut to me going, this movie's fucking terrible. I mean, it's really bad.
And my reply to this was, this is your choice.
Yes.
You tortured yourself this time.
I tortured myself this time. Because I really liked the other House movie. The other two, at least.
Yes.
Like I said, the third one I barely even remember watching. But this is like nothing like that. It's like somebody was given $1 million and they just slapped this fucking thing together and put a House title with some of the same... It's just weird. Anyways, so back to the story. We cut to... we find out that the brother's working for this sinister midget that looks like he could be out of a fucking Twin Peaks episode.
It was a very much weird scene. Very much seemed like Twin Peaks.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like, this is where it goes from being, you think it's going to be a haunted house story. No. The guy wants to, there's this thing in the basement that they show like twice, okay? And it looks like a doorway. And it's on the floor of the basement. It looks like an old Mayan ruin.
Totem.
And it's a totem. And you find out through this guy that there's a river under there. They want to pump the water out of it and pumps toxic sludge into it for this midget guy who has a phlegm problem. And he has this phlegmomatic thing that sucks the phlegm out of his like little hole in his neck. I mean, it's so fucking ripped off from Twin Peaks. It's like
it was fucking yeah.
And the guy says, oh, well, I don't think you can get this shit done for me, so I'm going to teach you a little lesson. You're going to get this girl and her daughter out of this house, or this is going to happen. And he pours a glass of phlegm into this dude's mouth.
I drink your milkshake.
Yeah, and John Paul's over here going, I drink your milkshake up.
I drink it up.
It literally was the only thing in this movie that made me gag. Like, it was disgusting.
He had me pause the movie.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I got to take a break for a second. Ugh. And it's not even scary, or it's just
really weird. Because this character, I mean, he's more head than midget.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just so bizarre.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. So, anyways, he tells him he's got like basically a couple of days to get this shit done, get this girl out and her daughter out of the house, and so they can buy it and start doing their toxic sludge thing. Cut to the wife, or Mrs. Cobb, going to see Ezra again, and she's like, what is wrong with this house? I don't understand it. And Ezra says, the house was built on some sort of sacred temple. It's basically, the door in the basement is a doorway to like a spirit realm. These ghosts get trapped there. The ghost of your husband's there. And that's just the way it is, so that's why you got to keep the house. Well, she goes back home. The brother-in-law sends his goons to fucking terrorize the daughter, and they put these fucking masks on. It's rubber, like, masks, like a snake and a cock
and a fly
or whatever. They go in, they're torturing the girl in a wheelchair, and she's freaking out. They first offer, you want some candy, little girl?
Want some candy, little girl?
Straight up the creepiest thing they do. They've got these metal baseball bats. Like, I'm like, are you going to hit a kid in a wheelchair with metal baseball bats?
It wouldn't hurt her legs.
Who fucking does that?
Her leg's already broken.
Yeah, so, but anyways, she gets a one-up on them, like, knocks one of them down, and then all of a sudden, this little statue of a dog, that's
it's a
like
lamp,
turns into a real dog and chases them out of the place. It's, again, it's supposed to be a haunted house story, so they're throwing things in like, oh, this house is haunted, see? Meh.
But then they pull her down the stairs, and she falls and breaks her neck again.
Yeah. Yeah, she falls all the way down the stairs again, and I was like, oh, man, maybe she'll get up and it'll fix her back.
Nope.
No. The mom comes running downstairs. The guys have left. She thinks the ghosts did it, right? So she picks her daughter up, gets her to a hospital. They're like, she's going to be okay, but we're going to keep her overnight, because just to make sure.
Yeah, observation. Except she can't walk.
Yeah.
That's what she's told.
Paul made this great joke. He's like, but she'll never be able to walk
She'll
again.
never be able to walk again.
So we're laughing at her misfortune. But anyways, the mom goes back to the house, has a breakdown. She grabs the wheelchair and spins the wheel. Doesn't pick the wheelchair up, mind you.
It's not important.
And a piece of candy goes flying out. Little jawbreaker. Cut to her calling the brother-in-law and saying, you want to buy this house? The brother-in-law's like, yeah, I do. And she's like, all right, be here in the morning. The brother-in-law has, in his apartment, sex dolls all over.
Which is so weird.
He's washing his mouth out with soap because of the phlegm.
Because of the milkshake.
And he's got puke all over his shirt. And he's been yelling at his two numbskulls who claim that the dog bit his ass, which made me laugh. And anyways, he's like, you guys did your job. You know, they're going to sell. So next morning...
No, before this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You forgot.
Oh, jeez.
So the wife is rolling around in bed.
Oh, yeah.
And you get a scene that
forgot.
reminds me of either Scream... I think it's Scream 2. When the ghost has sex with the girl.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what happens in this.
Yeah.
Her dead husband has sex with her.
Yeah, she's got this like tight little sports bra on. You can see her nips again. She's got like dude boxers on, which was kind of
sure.
But anyway, so she goes to bed, and then the blankets come up, and she's like writhing around a bed, like, and then she wakes up to a bed frame,
and she's fucking refreshed.
Yeah, she's refreshed. The bed frame was built at night. Then that little projector kicks on, and it plays all these memories from her past. That's where we get to see their house.
Nice house with a pool.
House with a pool. She's decided to stay in Shitburg, I guess.
Yeah, because, you know.
Yeah, anyways.
I'm your pizza man.
He's there. The guy that plays Roger Cobb, he's there.
The greatest American hero.
One more time, just to get that dollar bill, y'all. You know? Then it cuts off. Okay, so then she's like, I gotta sell this house. The brother-in-law shows up the next day. She's like, look, I'll sell you this house, but you can't knock it down, and I have to be able to come and visit it once a month or some shit like that.
Because that makes sense. You sell a house, you want to come visit the house.
And he goes, what are you fucking talking about? No, I'm going to knock this place down, and that's that. And she goes, no, I'm not selling you a house then. He asks her if she wants a piece of candy, which is hilarious, because it's the same kind of candy she found in the wheelchair. She's like, how did my daughter fall? How did you know about it? He's like, I didn't do it. I don't know what you're talking about. They have this whole dust up. Verna comes in at the end. She tells him to get the fuck
out.
She sees these two ghost people, you know, and then she sees a vision of the night that her husband died. Let me set the scene for you. It's the two henchmen of the brother.
Mo and Larry.
Yeah, Mo and Larry. And they have, for some reason, acquired military-grade weapons and night goggles. And they're by the side of the road.
This is where the budget goes.
Yeah. And they use this sniper rifle that you would try to use to kill Fidel Castro with. And they shoot a tire out, and that's how she wrecked. She didn't wreck. She was actually part of a plot to kill the whole family so the brother can get the house. So she goes back and tells Ezra. Ezra says, you can't tell the cops.
You can't.
Were you going to fucking tell the cops?
Then they'll take our house.
Yeah. So she devises this plan to, like, trick them, you know. They come back to burn the house down. The two henchmen go in the basement.
Oh, wait, you forgot the daughter came back.
Oh, that's right. The daughter...
With a better wheelchair!
The daughter gets home from the hospital. They send her home with a wheelchair that actually makes sense for this sentence.
It has brakes and everything.
It's got brakes and everything. Verna wheels her crippled ass inside.
I said, I'll make you a cream soda.
She's like, I'm going to get you a cream soda.
For dinner!
And again, I've said through the whole movie, Verna is not the housekeeper, just so everybody knows, all right? So we get to... Verna hears some noise. She goes outside. The two henchmen hit her over the head, knock her unconscious. They go inside to the basement where they lay gas down, and then they go to set the place ablaze, but the fat guy sees snakes, and the skinny guy sees cockroaches, and they shoot each other to death because they look at, like, the house is making them look like the things they fear. So
basically they shoot each other.
Yeah, again,
Tarantino style. It's a haunted house story, see? It's not a metaphor for big business. Is it?
You know? Because I forgot it's a haunted house story.
Oh, yes, that's true.
So anyway, so they're dead, and then he falls. After the shells, casings land on the ground.
The gasoline is spilling.
Catches fire. The house goes up in flames. The brother-in-law's outside. He's freaking out. The fire department shows up. The mom goes running in. Where's my daughter? Vera. Well, she grabs up Verna. Verna's like, she's inside. The daughter is falling out of the wheelchair and is like collapsed.
Laura can't walk.
Yeah, she can't walk. The door shuts because there's ghosts.
Ghosts.
There's bad ghosts in here too.
Yeah.
And the door shuts. House is ablaze. She passes out. Who do we see again?
Ezra.
No. We see
that's right. We
the
see
Greatest American Hero shows up, and he says, "You have to go back. You can't die."
You can't. Oh, that's right. The weird white scene.
Yeah, it was like a white. Everything's painted white. So she goes back. He disappears. She goes back, saves the daughter, pulls her out of the house. The brother-in-law's yelling at the fire department, "Save the house!" Blah blah blah. This fucking car rolls up, and it's the midget guy. He gets in.
Nah.
The midget guy's like, you really fucked this whole thing up, didn't you? And he goes, no, they don't know shit, man. I got the house burned down. They're not going to be able to stay here anymore. The cops don't know dick about me killing my brother.
Nah.
You want a piece of candy? And as he says that, his hand's cuffed, and he's in the back of a police cruiser, or a police paddy wagon. And guess who's there? It's Verna.
It's Verna!
And she's Verna, whatever the fuck, FBI.
Verna Camp.
Yeah, FBI. She's been the FBI the whole time, Jean-Paul.
What? No.
Right. The whole time. So at the end of the day, they shut the doors on him. He's going to prison. And who shuts the doors? But the
Greatest American Hero, of course.
And he smiles at his daughter and wife as the house burns in the background.
But you forgot there was the big gusher.
Oh, shit. That's right. How could I forget?
You forgot the gusher.
It's probably where the rest of the money went.
That's right.
It's saving the house from being completely destroyed, but the doorway in the fucking floor opens up and lets out all the water, and it looks like it's jizzing all over the house.
It's magical water,
like
though.
Foamy magic water. That's right, because the daughter... I forgot.
Because it hits Laurel.
It hits Laurel and her legs work again. This is all terrible, by the way. This is a horrible...
That's like Forrest Gump all over. She has magic legs.
She gets her fucking legs going. They get out. You know, they see the dad shut the doors on the uncle in the paddy wagon. He turns around. He smiles at him. He's like, "Those are my girls."
Those are my girls.
And what happens? Just like the apple, he goes on to another planet. He turns into a ball of light.
He turns into a ball of light and flies away.
My closing thoughts on this are, I now know why I never saw this, because it's a fucking pile of garbage.
Yeah.
And I can't believe somebody got $1 million for this. They probably laugh every time they think of this movie.
Okay, so my final thoughts are, I didn't torture you this time.
I tortured myself.
You did it to yourself.
I did it to myself.
You wanted to see this movie.
I did.
See, fans, you could have picked it for him, and then he would have been, hooting and hollering, angry at our fans for picking a terrible movie.
I was not...
Instead, The Apple...
The Apple was better.
100 times better.
Yeah, I enjoyed The Apple better than this. This made me want to just turn it off like 5 times.
And rethink, why do I like these house movies?
I like the first one and the second one. I do.
Yeah.
They're good. I would avoid this at all costs.
And I'm your pizza man.
This is schlock.
Pizza man.
This is the kind of schlock that gives schlock a bad reputation.
Yes, it does.
So, in closing, thanks again to our fans for listening and tuning in.
Yes.
If you have a different opinion on this House movie, if you've seen it,
please let us know.
Drop it in the comments. Explain why you would think it's worth its salt, or if you hated it, tell me about that too. Tell me about your experience watching this, because I'll never forget it.
And to our overseas fans, you guys are some lucky bastards, because last year, Arrow Home Video released a 4-pack for you guys to get the Blu-ray goodness of this movie.
That's right.
Us in America only got House 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Which now, Randy, House 1 and 2, the only ones that are really important.
I'm good. Now I get it. So I'll probably be picking those bad boys up. But in closing, I have been thoroughly tortured. This has been another episode of SchlockFest. Thank you for tuning in. I've been Ray McGuff.
And John Paul Mantilla.
Until next time, film fans, stay tuned.